Hey everyone, welcome back for another Baruzula episode about the flow Masonry and how it came into the world and what it is all about, because I'm launching my workshops and the classes, bringing it to the world. And I wanted to talk specifically about my Kundalini Awakening. I have lived a life of Gnosticism, and when I began my celibacy journey on the 3-year anniversary. Now, I began in 2007, so 2010, 3 years later, on the anniversary, I experienced something that was unexpected. It was intense. This was not a symbolic experience. This was definite. This was powerful, undeniable, uncontrollable experience that I knew it was beyond me as a being. The first thought that went through my mind was, is this what the nuns experience when they marry Christ? Like, my first thought. And how I described it there in the beginning was, something had sex with me, but it was not with my body. It was with the chakra system. It was a tantric connection to source, to the universe. It was a union of spirit. Now, I have already knew all about the tarot. I've been studying that since '94. So I was aware, my God, this is the marriage of self. This is the Lover's card, the Hermit, marrying, joining. I had already been living as the Hermit. So I was aware that it was a spiritual union. But at the same time, I was like, I'm pregnant. This is an immaculate conception, like literally. Now, I've learned about something called the virgin birth. It's also called the widow's son. It's an experience within the brain that when the neocortex kind of like moves to its next level of cognitive processing of information, basically a consciousness shift, it's called the virgin birth. Yeah. So this is what I believe happened, that I experienced. Now, I birthed not right then and there. This took, a few weeks. But basically, for 15 days solid, I birthed, because I am already a poi artist. I birthed a tool for me from my higher self to manage energy on the physical realm. And then it also processes density of baggage. So I learned through the process of working with this what it was capable of doing. Now, I was aware during the birthing that this was for humanity ultimately. That this came through me. It is my practice, but at a point it will be for humanity to help elevate, because we have so many obstacles in our way of our consciousness elevating. The culture, even at large, is just like incapable of having consciousness. I wanted to speak about the process that this has gone through for the last 9 years. Now it's 2019 now. This is the 9th year that I have held this within myself. I couldn't even speak of it until the 7th year. Spirit said, okay, now, this, is going to be going out into the world at a point. So you can begin your process of interacting with the world a little bit with this. So at a festival that I attend every year, I created a philosophy installation called The Noasis for me to be able to talk about this for the first time. So, I mean, I not only went 7 years in silence with this, but then I created a space, a whole philosophy installation about Gnosticism to even be able to, I've really done my work in the sacredest way, the cleanest way, with spirit that could possibly, for this to ring as true and be as integrity as possible, for this to come to this point, to be as effective as possible. But I have transformed through this process myself. So I'm excited to initiate my path of being an instructor, teaching about the philosophy of processing our baggage, lifting our consciousness, that there is mind control all around us constantly, and that we need to deprogram from being plugged into all of that and plug in to our interior, which is connected to our higher self. It's not as far away as people have been led to believe. So I hope, in my intention, that this can help people personalize their own spirituality, where they're like, oh my gosh, this is helping my consciousness become more subtly aware of the conversation within and how I am interfacing with the environment around me. Because the perception can be so much more, where you can access like the divine information instead of just all the prop-up information that has been stilted in front of us to, as propaganda for this death culture that we're indoctrinated into ultimately. So it's time for us to awaken from within. So you want to have an internal alignment going on to actually receive like clean, clear information. So that's where this Kundalini Awakening that I have had has helped my development and evolution as a human. And this tool is my service to the world. So this is my seed to ripple outward on a quantum level. I hope that anyone that is wanting to take a workshop one day will be able to. This is just the very beginning. I want it to spread like wildfire and meet my community that exists in the world and bring people together talking about the consciousness and how we can develop that within ourselves. Thank you so much. Share these, help me build my community. Thank you.